YouTube, what's up? It's Annabelle, and today I'm going to show you guys my brush collection. And I'm showing you because I've gotten questions before as to what brushes do you use for what. I'm not a professional makeup artist. I've been playing with makeup for over 15 years, a long teen number of years. So I love makeup, and I am new to brushes, I would say within the last 10 years or so, if that gives you an idea how old I am. I'm 30 through, so that's all I'm gonna say, 30 through. And these are the products that I use for putting on my makeup. So my collection has literally grown in the last year. Okay, most of these brushes are about a year old. Got rid of a lot of older brushes. And this is in my entire collection. I also have another collection, but I tend to use those more for clients. I don't like having the same brushes for myself and for clients. So these are my brushes. So it comes in this little thing I got here. I picked this up at Walgreens. This was, I think, $19.99 or $24.99. So it comes with this little drawer thing where you can put products in here. I can't tip it too far before everything falls out. Then over here on this side, I have like my brow gel and the glues for my lashes. I keep them here. I wish I could keep the lashes in here too, but you cannot. So I'm just going to kind of go through this kind of quickly. It has three small sections in the front. It has 1, 2, 3 sections for larger brushes on the side, and then it has one core center in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to go from this side here, these are like sponge applicators, lip brushes I kind of have here. These specialty brushes, they come with like the e.l.f. palettes, like for your concealer, or like these little jars that are here. I can open it for like the under eye highlighter. Like those are the little brushes that come with them. So I kind of put them all right there at an easy access. I'm gonna try to put it right here where I can still see everything. So I'm gonna go into this first section. So this is just where I keep like the shorter brushes. They're large, but they're still shorter than the other ones, because once you put them in there, you can't find them. Then I find that I don't use them as often. All right, so that is that. And I have my e.l.f. brushes. Remember, these are kind of short, but not that short, so I put them here. I also have the e.l.f. C brushes. I keep them here as well. Those are great for eyeshadows and blending. This is part of the e.l.f. Croco style. This is like a specialty that came out, and I have a smudger brush. You can use this for eyeliner as well, like, you know, smudging the eyeliner underneath. This is like an eyeshadow brush, but it's also at an angle, so this makes it easier to get in the corner or to make that kind of angle like this when you're applying your eyeshadow. This is a Mary Kay smudger brush, which is just really tight, and it's perfect for smudging. So if you have like some eyeshadow that you kind of want to smudge it in, or eyeliner you want to smudge, this is the perfect brush for that. I don't use it for anything else really, because this is what it's perfect for. So I try not to. My son's on the floor. Laying down on the floor. Okay. So these are the 360 Beauty 360 brushes that I picked up. The eyeliner brush, I still haven't used it, but I'm waiting for it. I've used this blending brush. It's the perfect blending brush. This style is perfect. Nice shape to it. This is just an eyeliner brush. This was for eyebrows, but it's just kind of old. So I tend to use it for like an eyeliner. It doesn't make a thin line, so if I don't want a thin line, that's what I use. This is from the Essence of Beauty. It came with a brow kit. It's double-sided. This is good for applying like that small section in here. This is great for kind of blending and making a bigger section. Then I have the concealer brush I just picked up. I'm going to put it here, even though I'm not going to put it with the concealer brushes. I do want to put it with the shorter brushes because it is a short brush. This is part of the e.l.f. Stipple collection. It looks like a great blending brush. The thing is, when you blend, you see how it kind of just it'll move the product around this area and won't really kind of focus in. It's not great for blending. It's perfect for blending any powder or removing powder from underneath your eye. This is good for that. Like perfect for that, but not for the other stuff. I just don't have the control for it. So the next section is my concealer brush section, which I have a lot, which is why I didn't pick up that Wet n Wild one because it was ridiculous. So I have two of these rounded concealer brushes. I would use these more. I've used them for under the brow to kind of chisel out the brow. I prefer these if I needed like a section or if I just wanted to do like a stripe, something like that small. I would use these for that, but I try not to use them so much for concealing because they don't cover a lot of space. So I have a couple of these flat brushes. These are best because you can actually get like this and get a nice amount of product on. So these are great, and it's great for picking it up. And also if you're doing like down here, it's also great for that because you cover more area. All right, now everything just fell. Hold on. All right, so then I got these black ones. They're just kind of like an angled brush. I've used these for the concealer because they've also cover a lot of area, but these are also good for when you're applying the cream eyeshadow. These are great for that as well because you cover more area. And this is just like a smaller one. I've done my eyebrows with them because it's a little faster when they're big like this because you cover more area. They're just not thin enough, like for me. That's just how I feel. All right, so just trying to divide the brushes in my hand as to how I'm going to show them to you. All right. Alright, so I'm going to go to these. So this is more like a lip brush as part of that Croco collection from e.l.f. Came in a special bag, really pretty, like a clutch almost. So this is like a lip brush. I've used this for concealer. Again, it's not the best coverage because it is that small. So that's the issue with that, which is the same with these. They're the same brush, just in the cheaper version. These are good like if you wanted to make like a streak, a line, not so much coverage for something, or if you just wanted to get like a section, these are good. I've done eyeliner with them, not the best, and the brows with them, not the best either. This is a double-ended brush, so it has like a liner brush, it has a concealer brush. I've used this when I'm trying to do like have less brushes, so I can do my liner and I can do the concealer and kind of clean up. I've done it like this before just to have less brushes, so that's why I've used that one. These here are just like concealer brush. This is like an angled one, so this is good to getting like in the corners like this, or if you want to like clean up like that, this is good for that. These are two of the same. Again, just like that small one, this one just covers more area. That's all it does. Concealer or cream eyeshadows, those are good for that stuff. This is more like a flatter brush, and this is the same brush, just kind of just longer hairs. So those are those brushes. Let me see if they fit now without falling. So if I don't put a lot of brushes, they all start to fall out. Alright, so these are my eyeliner or liner brushes. So these two are the same. They're just angled brushes. I'm trying to do it so you can see. See, they're just angled. They're thin, so they're perfect for lining. This one I got last year, so it's been used a couple of times. I like using this one for my eyebrows because it is big and it does cover more area. So this is why I like using this brush here, and it's super cute print. This one is the e.l.f. Liner brush. I love this brush. I use it all the time. I think I have two of them. Can't remember where the other one is. I hope I didn't lose it or my son's taking it because he does that. So this is the perfect brush for that, and it's cheap. It's only $3. This is the liner brush for the Croco print from e.l.f. It's like limited edition, special edition, whatever. So this is the liner brush. I'm not a big fan of it because it is a little tight. So I tend to use this for liner, like smudging almost down here. I really don't get much use out of it. I've done my eyebrows with it, but not so much. Alright, now let's get in the center because there's not that many brushes because a lot of them are repeats and they're the same. So it's a little easier to go through these brushes in the middle. Oh, did I show you these? I haven't even shown you these over here. What do you want? Huh? What?
What?
He repeats everything I say. What do you want? Huh? ¿Qué tú quieres? So these are two eyeliner brushes. I got this one in my BoxyCharm, and this is just one that came with the cheap brushes. They're okay. I'm not used to using those type of brushes. This is my Mary Kay concealer brush. Again, this is just like those other ones. It has a long area. This is perfect for cream eyeshadow. This does a great job with cream eyeshadow. Getting it all in there. This is the same thing. I use it a lot, so it's a little bit more worn. But this one gives you great coverage when you're trying to apply kind of fast. Same as this one, concealer, great brush, great quality. You can feel the difference. Like these two have like the best quality as far as like bristles. And this is a crown brush right here, this one. Close the door. Hold on. Alright, so these are just came with the cheap pink brush collection I got. This is supposed to be like a blending brush. I haven't really used it as a blending brush, and this one I think is also similar. It kind of has a flat head, if you can see it. This one has more of a pointed head. So haven't really used these, but I have used them for blending products. Not so much. Alright, so I'm going to pause just so I can sort the brushes, the eyeshadow brushes, just to kind of make it a little faster. Alright, so I grabbed these. This is my Mary Kay brush. It has the brush and the comb, and it does have this little angle here to do the eyeliner. I like using this. It's just a little hard sometimes to kind of use it together with the other ones. And I found my other e.l.f. eyeliner brush. I'm just going to put it in with the concealers. Then I have my eyeshadow brushes. So this is the Mary Kay eyeshadow brush. I like it because it has so much of the hairs, and it's a really great brush. I love that brush. I've had it for years. These are the e.l.f. C brush or shadow brushes, but they have that C brush like shape. So this is just from this collection, the all black collection. I also have a couple of the specialty ones that kind of come out. This one just came out a little different. I do like this longer hair type of brush, but I also like these C brushes. These are really cool because you don't get as much product, but it's a good way if you're not trying to go cover the whole lid with a lot of product. This is from the Beauty 360. I haven't used this one yet. This is more of a precision or like a section like under the brows. This is good for that. Haven't used it yet, but it does stick out. This one I used it as, it's a concealer brush. Forget the brand. Came in my glossy box. I want to say it was glossy. It says concealer and it says Luxe 211 brush, and it's like the rose gold. I use it for eyeshadow, and I kind of like it better for eyeshadow, and it has like this pointed tip. I kind of like this better because it can go right into the corner, so that's why I like using this brush. This is again that style that I like from like my Mary Kay brush. It has a lot of this. You can also use it for two things, like apply the shadow and also blend. So those are, and I'm starting to like this long handle because you can play with it like that. And this is my blending angled eyeshadow brush that I got last year with this collection at Walgreens. I love it. See, I love this pink. See, I have a lot of pink tops. And then I have my new e.l.f. Not e.l.f. Wet n Wild. Sorry, these are like exclusive Wet n Wild brushes. So that's it for those. And then these are the Essentials collection. So this one here is the one that's a blending brush. It actually says blending brush, but it looks similar to these two. I use that one for blending. I also use these for blending and also for precision and getting around the crease area here. This is just an angled eyeshadow brush. This is like better if you're doing like just a section, but not the whole lid or something, this is a good brush for that because it is that small. If you can see, it is small. All right, this one here is my brow. I use this one for my brow. This is an e.l.f. brush. It came in the collection. I like using this one just from the brow because it just gets that one little corner. Or if you just wanted to get like right in here, this is perfect for that. All right, so then we have these. These are called contouring brushes. These are good for getting this shadow. Like if you're doing a style like this is perfect for that. I also like using this to go like this under the eye sometimes to kind of give it a smudged look without having to smudge or use a different brush. I end up using the same color here and I use it down here and I blend it out that way. So I've used it like that as well. These are my blending brushes. This is my Mary Kay one here. This is the e.l.f. one. My Mary Kay one is old, so it's a little rough, so I do have to deep condition this one to kind of be soft, but this is like the perfect blending brush. This is the brush I've been looking for in all the other brushes, but this brush here, I love it, but it reminds me a lot of the shadow brush. This is a great blending brush. Like those two are like the perfect blending brushes. It's just this one, you see how it's more tapered and this one's more wide. This is the problem I had when I want a more tapered look. This one's perfect. When I kind of just want to blend everything in a large section, this one's better, the e.l.f. one. That's how those work out. And then these are those rubber tops. So if you wanted to get like the corner like that, like this is what these are, the 350 and then the e.l.f. Throw those in there. And then these are my concealer blending brushes that I have here. I got 2 of them because you can't have enough brushes. All right, now I'm going to the cheek section, and I may have some products that are not cheek related. Okay, so I have this just because I don't really have room for it with the concealer brushes. It's just a little tight, so I have to kind of play with it. I have this from, it's exclusive to e.l.f. and it's used like this, so you can get like that sharp corner right here, and then you can also prevent fallout. And if you wanted to use it to apply mascara, you can go like this to avoid the mascara from getting on your lid. And then if you need it to the other side, you just flip it, and then you flip it. The only thing you have to keep handy would be wipes. Just wipe it off before you flip it to the other side, because whatever lands on the side when you have it like this, whatever lands here, when you flip it over, is going to transfer over down here. So that's a way to not have to use like the powder. Some people have done it when you put the powder, the concealer, then your powder here, you just let it sit almost like baking, so any fallout that comes out, you just kind of wipe it off at the end. If you do it that style, this will eliminate that process and it eliminates that fallout. This is the Croco, folks. Croco, these brushes are super soft. These are like the best. I barely use them because they are that soft, and I want to keep them that way. They're like a collection thing, you know, but these are awesome, and they're super soft, and they're great for applying makeup. So this is a blush, a cheek blush brush, and I have my other comb and brush that you can't have enough of these, I feel. Then I have these. This is an angled cheek brush. This is more of a flat head. I do have another one of these, but I used it today, so it is a little dirty, which is right here. And again, look how clean they are. And I've had these for a year now, and this is how clean I can get this brush. So I like using this one for highlight. Not so much for cheek because the way it's flat, but I use it for highlight, maybe some contour and brush, and it blends. It's a good blush for blending as well. Or if you wanted to use like a darker and you want to kind of buff, this is good for that. Obviously, cheek brush angles. This is also good for highlight because it is small and somewhat tapered, that you can actually kind of get that highlight in there. I have my fan brushes. This is a small fan brush. This is a larger fan brush. I rarely use these because they're a little bit like delicate, but I do need to use them a little bit more, I feel, than I give them love. This is a blush brush, but I use this more for highlight because of the angle that it has, just to kind of go like this, and you know, I just feel like it's easier to kind of apply like this and do your highlight. This is what I use this brush for. I have the e.l.f. angled cheek brush. Again, one of the loves of my life. Love the brush. My Wet n Wild angled cheek brush, which I just showed you guys a video of. Now this brush, I got it in 1994, I would say. 1994 I got this brush, or 95. Yeah, it was like 95. I got this brush and I still have it. It's a really great brush. It's a cheek brush. I still use it from time to time. It does need to be softened a little bit more, but this is a powder brush, but I use it for cheeks. I got it when I went to modeling school. I have my spoolie from e.l.f. from the collection they had last year in brushes, and then this is the 360 Beauty 360 brush. Again, this one's not as soft as the others, but it has a long handle. So that's it for the cheeks. And then also I have this one for the cheeks. I used it today. You can see the bronzer on it. And I blended. So great brush. I got it last year. I think it's supposed to be powder, but I used it for my cheeks because this was the biggest brush that came in the set. I'm going to put that there because it's dirty. Alright, so let's get into the brush, like powder brush collection. And these are them right here. So this is my Mary Kay Mineral powder brush. I like it because it's flat. It's a little not too flat because it's been pressed in with the others, but this is it right here. This is just one of those brushes they have at Walgreens. It's like a big brush. It's like an all over face brush. I like it small, short. It reminded me of these, so I have like a backup to that shape. I have a stipple brush. It came with this other brush, like they came together as a set. They were just short, and it's a stipple brush. I've done my foundation, I've done powder with these, so this is what this is for. My pink top, this is my powder brush. I tend to use this if I'm like using a little bit of bronzer. I tend to use this one for that, just to kind of warm up the face. I have my other stipple brush. This was a collection from e.l.f. So this is my other stipple brush. I use this more for like a translucent powder, trying to like, it's perfect for that, the way that it is, because you see how it's like flexible like this. It's perfect and it's wide open, so it's good for buffing like a powder that's like that. This is my all over face brush, the Fox Croco, and then this is the powder brush. Super soft again. I barely use it, but I love to use it. These are my complexion brushes from e.l.f. I got 2 of them. I got one before, and then I just had to go back and get another one because I love this big brush, and I feel like sometimes I use 2 different powders and I need to have more coverage. So this is perfect. And then if one's wet, you still have another one, because that happens to me too. Sometimes they don't dry overnight like I would like them to. So then the other one I have is my Mary Kay brush. This is the cheek brush. It's not the angled cheek brush, but I tend to use it for, it says blush or powder, that's what it says. It just says powder. But I tend to use this more again for bronzing, kind of like warming up the face is what I use this one for more, or to kind of buffing things out. So that's it for those brushes. Now we're going into the foundation brushes, or like wet stuff, with the exception of the contour brush. This is the only place it fits. So this is like my contour brush. Again, I can use it for under here for the powder. I've used it for all of those things. It's a perfect brush. This brush is kind of expensive if you go to other companies, but it's perfect for e.l.f. It's only $6. And I got this twice in the e.l.f. Beauty Bundle box, which I don't know what's going on with that Beauty Bundle. I've been waiting for mine, and they haven't sent me an email or billed me at all. Alright, so moving on. This is an e.l.f. foundation brush. It's just at an angle. I like using this one again for highlight sometimes. I've used it also for the concealer, applying a large section just to kind of speed up the process. I just don't like how this particular brush absorbs the liquid wet stuff. That's the one thing, this particular one, I just don't like how it does it. Alright, then I have my stipple brushes. I got 2 of them. One came with the e.l.f. collection stipple brushes that I got, and then the other one I picked up at the store. It's a little crooked from being dry. So I like these. I use them for wet or dry foundation powder. Like I use them for both. This is the Fox Croco foundation brush. Again, I like using this one even though it's like a nice wide. I like using it for applying the powder or my highlight. I just feel like this works best for that. Then I have in this collection, I use this a lot for my foundation. I like this one. It's a little bit, I like how it absorbs. I don't know what to say about the texture of the brush. It's like your standard brush for foundation. I just like how it picks up the foundation and spreads it out. It doesn't leave it streaky. This brush, I think it's $1 or $2 from e.l.f. It's great. It does pick up the product and kind of absorb it, and it does get streaky. So that's the one thing I don't like about this. When I apply my foundation, it does get a little streaky, so I tend to like try to use the concealer when I'm trying to get like the large area and just get, you know, to do my makeup a little faster. Then I have, this is not a real technique brush, but it's like the bootleg that I got from overseas, which is nice. See how clean it is? I had another one, but my aunt took it when she came to visit. That's why I'm racking up on gifts for them now, so they can leave my stuff alone. So this is the brush here that I had. I had the one that was like at an angle for it as well. She took that one. This is the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. This brush, and I know they came out with a couple of different ones as well. This is the best foundation brush I've ever. Like these two are like the best. Like, but they're like the same. If you see, like they're the same brushes. And these, like when you put it on, you can go like that, and it's just like it works like a beauty blender. I love it. I love these. So that's it with this little collection of brushes here that I have. I keep them always on my little vanity here. I love these brushes, and I love this little thing to keep my brushes all in order. So I'm able to spin it and just use it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful to kind of share what I use for what, like what brush I use for what. I enjoyed sharing with you guys. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. Leave a comment, subscribe, and thumbs up. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.